Gervonta Tank Davis recently released new training footage that has sent shockwaves through the boxing world. The clips have created quite a buzz, and if there's anyone feeling the heat from this footage, it's none other than Keyshawn Davis. The businessman, often seen as a calm and collected figure, is reportedly rattled after witnessing Tank's next-level training. It's easy to understand why Tank's new regimen is setting the stage for an intense battle, and things are about to get real between these two. In case you've been living under a rock, Gervonta Davis and Keyshawn Davis are gearing up for what promises to be one of the most electrifying matchups in 2025. The animosity between the two has been building for months, and their verbal jabs have only intensified the anticipation. But with Tank's latest training footage making waves, the tension has reached new heights. The footage has not only fueled excitement among fans, but seemingly got Keyshawn questioning how this fight will go down. "I preferred Tank Davis," Keyshawn Davis said, acknowledging Tank's skill and power, but confidently asserting that he would knock him out in the ring. He may recognize Tank's talents, but Keyshawn believes he's got what it takes to take down the reigning champ. His words are strong, and his confidence is clear. Still, it's hard to ignore the fact that the footage of Tank training reveals an entirely different level of preparation. When you look at Tank's training clips, you can see that he is a force to be reckoned with. The man is a machine in the gym, working the heavy bag with relentless power. His punches land with an explosive force, and his footwork is as fluid as ever. Every movement screams precision, speed, and raw power. Tank's form is tight, his footwork smooth, and his speed is faster than ever, making it clear that he's entering this fight with a mission to go out on top. 2025 is set to be Tank's farewell year, and he's putting everything into it. He's leaving no stone unturned in his final push to solidify his legacy before hanging up his gloves for good. Tank has announced that 2025 will be his final year in boxing, and his next few fights are all about securing his place in history. He's not looking to pad his record, he's aiming for greatness. Tank is already planning for life after boxing as he looks toward his family and kids. But he's not about to retire quietly. He's going to make sure his final year in the sport is legendary. His next opponent, Lamont Roach, is just the warm-up for what lies ahead. Tank has stated that after his fight with Roach, he will retire, a move that has caught everyone's attention, including Keyshawn, who is now feeling the pressure more than ever. Tank's decision to retire after 2025 speaks volumes about the seriousness with which he's approaching his legacy. He knows that this is his last shot at solidifying his place in boxing history, and he's making sure that every fight from here on out will be one to remember. The upcoming showdown with Lamont Roach at the Barclays Center on March 1st is just the beginning. This is Tank's chance to prove that he is still the man to beat. For Keyshawn, however, this fight is personal. The tension between the two fighters has been building for months. Keyshawn's bold call-out after his stunning knockout of Elmos was a turning point in their rivalry. While Tank initially dismissed Keyshawn as just another up-and-coming fighter, it soon became clear that Keyshawn is a legitimate contender. He's not just talk, he's got the skills to back it up. As Tank himself admitted, Keyshawn is one of the best in the game, and he's now positioning himself as the new face of boxing. Tank is no longer underestimating him, and neither should anyone else. Despite all the hype, Tank's announcement of retirement has created some mixed reactions in the boxing world. Many are wondering why he would choose to retire at the height of his career, especially when there are still big names left to fight. But for Tank, it's about more than just his record. It's about leaving a lasting legacy. His decision to retire after 2025 is a reflection of his desire to step away from the aggressive world of boxing and focus more on his family and personal life. Tank has always been driven, but now with retirement on the horizon, he's more focused than ever. His training footage shows a man who is fully committed to going out on top, and Keyshawn is taking notice. Tank's speed, power, and precision are all on display in the clips, and they serve as a stark reminder of just how dangerous Tank can be in the ring. His combination of speed and power makes him a nearly unstoppable force, and Keyshawn is well aware of the challenge that lies ahead. As Tank gets ready to face Lamont Roach, the buzz surrounding his fight with Keyshawn only intensifies. Keyshawn has been training with none other than Floyd Mayweather, a man who knows Tank better than anyone. Floyd is the man who helped mold Tank into the fighter he is today, and now Floyd is passing on his knowledge to Keyshawn. With Floyd's expertise and guidance, Keyshawn is leveling up, preparing himself for the fight of his life. Floyd knows exactly what it takes to beat Tank, and he's been passing that insider knowledge to Keyshawn, giving him the blueprint to success. Keyshawn's training with Floyd is a clear indication that he's not taking this fight lightly. He's learning from the best and sharpening his skills in preparation for what will be the biggest challenge of his career. Floyd, having trained Tank in the past, knows all his strengths and weaknesses, and now he's passing that intel to Keyshawn, giving him the tools to potentially pull off an upset. But even with all the preparation, this fight is still up in the air. Both Tank and Keyshawn bring unique skill sets to the ring, and it's hard to predict who will come out on top. Tank is a power puncher with a high boxing IQ, while Keyshawn is a technical fighter with incredible speed and defense. It's the ultimate clash of power versus precision, and fans are buzzing with excitement to see who will prevail. The buzz around the fight has reached a fever pitch, with fans and pundits alike weighing in on who has the edge. Some believe Tank's knockout power will be too much for Keyshawn, while others think Keyshawn's precision and defensive skills could be the key to victory. It's clear that both fighters have a lot to prove, and the stakes couldn't be higher. For Tank, it's about cementing his place in boxing history, and for Keyshawn, it's about stepping out of the shadows and proving he's ready to be the next big thing in the sport. Keyshawn's rise to prominence has been swift, and he's been making waves ever since he entered the professional ranks. His combination of speed, power, and technique makes him a dangerous opponent for anyone in the 140-pound division. But facing Tank is a different level of challenge. Tank is a seasoned champion, and his experience in big fights could give him the edge. However, Keyshawn's hunger and confidence could be the factors that tip the scales in his favor. As we approach the fight, the buzz is palpable. Fans are debating non-stop about who will come out on top. Some are betting on Tank's experience and knockout power, while others are putting their money on Keyshawn's hunger and technical prowess. Either way, this fight is shaping up to be one of the biggest showdowns in recent boxing history, and it's hard to predict who will come out victorious. As the countdown to the fight continues, it's clear that this is a matchup that will have major implications for both fighters' legacies. For Tank, it's about solidifying his place in boxing history before retiring, and for Keyshawn, it's about taking the next step in his career and proving he belongs at the top. The anticipation is only growing, and fans are eager to see what happens when these two fighters finally meet in the ring. In the end, this fight is more than just about two boxers trying to prove who's better. It's about legacy, it's about making history, and it's about proving that you are the best. Tank and Keyshawn are both at the top of their game, and when they finally step into the ring together, the world will be watching. Whether Tank goes out on top or Keyshawn pulls off the upset, one thing is for sure. This fight is going to be epic.